All right, let's dive right into one of the weirdest and most persistent conspiracy legends out there. We're talking about a story that pulls together NASA photographs, Nikola Tesla, and straight-up UFO lore into this one big, fascinating cosmic mystery. Just try to picture it. You're looking at the beautiful, bright blue curve of our planet, and then you see it. A dark, jagged, totally bizarre-looking object just tumbling silently through space. It's a really powerful image, and honestly, it's the image at the very heart of this entire thing.
And right there, that's the whole debate in a nutshell. For some people, this thing is nothing special. Just a piece of debris, maybe a thermal blanket that an astronaut lost on a mission. But for others, it's proof of one of the biggest cover-ups ever. Proof that we have been watched for a very, very long time. Now, this object at the center of the whole legend, it has a name. And it's a name that sounds like it was pulled right out of a sci-fi movie, the Black Knight. So what exactly is it supposed to be?
So, according to the story, this isn't just some random alien ship. No, it's an ancient probe, an artifact that's been locked in a polar orbit around our planet for millennia. And its mission? To just silently watch us, maybe even record the entire history of human civilization.
And here is the number that just blows your mind. Believers claim the Black Knight satellite is 13,000 years old. Let's put that into perspective for a second. That would mean it was put up there before the pyramids were built, before Stonehenge, before any known human civilization even existed. It's an absolutely staggering claim.
You see, the story of the Black Knight isn't some new thing that just popped up on the internet. Believers will tell you it's a story that's been pieced together from all these weird events and strange, unexplained signals that go back more than 100 years.
So you get this kind of breadcrumb trail for the legend, right? It all starts back in 1899 with Nikola Tesla, of all people, picking up these rhythmic pulses that he just couldn't explain. Then jump to the 1920s, and you've got radio operators hearing these long-delayed echoes, almost like their own signals were being caught and beamed back at them by something in orbit. Fast forward to the space race, and suddenly both the US and the Soviets are tracking objects that, they don't belong to either of them. And it all leads up to 1998, when NASA itself snaps the picture that becomes the face of the Black Knight.
And yeah, that 1998 photo from the Space Shuttle Endeavour, that's where this whole story really comes to a head. It's the moment the legend got its iconic image, and it's where the debate just gets super intense.
So here's where you get the two completely different takes on this photo. On one side, believers see it as undeniable proof. I mean, look at it. It's a large, dark, almost winged object silhouetted against the Earth. That, they say, is the Black Knight. But on the other side, NASA has a very calm, very clear explanation. It's a thermal blanket that just kind of floated away during a spacewalk. It's just a piece of man-made space junk. But for a lot of people, that simple explanation, it just made the whole thing even more suspicious.
Okay, so if every single piece of evidence has a perfectly normal, kind of boring explanation, then why does this story stick around? This is where we stop asking what it is and start asking why we find the whole idea so darn compelling.
So what is it about this legend? Why has it had such staying power, sparking these huge online discussions every single time some new weird object gets spotted in the sky?
The appeal, I think, is really woven into our own psychology. The idea of a silent watcher up in the sky, it taps into something really deep and primal inside of us. Is it a threat? A guardian? We have no idea. And that's what makes it so powerful. The story feeds that deep, deep hope that maybe we're not alone in this huge universe. And it hints at the incredible idea that maybe somebody or something was here long, long before we were.
In the end, it almost doesn't matter if it's just a piece of space junk or something far more ancient. The legend of the Black Knight really holds a mirror up to us, doesn't it? It reflects our own anxieties about being watched, our deep desire to connect with something bigger, and our endless fascination with the unknown. The mystery itself is what's so magnetic, and it leaves you with one last thought. What other stories are we telling ourselves about the shadows we see in the dark?